All right, we are back to A Dose for the Soul mini-sode series on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. You guys already know, with your favorite host, Misty, and this is mini-sode number 18. So for today, I want to shine some light on this feeling that I've been struggling with a little bit, and I want to be very transparent with it with you guys. As you guys already know, here on Double Dose of Raw Talk, I keep it all the way fucking raw. Sometimes too unpopular opinions. Sometimes, for some of you guys to hit me up, be like, bitch, I really didn't agree with that, but we're not always going to agree. We should be able to see both sides. We should be able to have discussions. We should be able to teach one another. We should be able to learn from one another. Here it goes. The topic I want to talk about. First of all, let me just let this out because this is exactly what the title of this mini-sode is going to be. And it is, fuck, I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm tired. And I just had to let that shit out. And I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back who feel exactly just this way. Fuck, I am tired. We're tired. Okay? If that makes you feel better, I'm gonna encourage you right now to just close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and release that bitch. Okay, so this is why this one is special to me. So for one, it's not that I've been holding it back. I'm releasing it. I think you guys already know by now, after tuning in with so many episodes of mine and being just loyal listeners, I try to just speak on things as much as I can that are going to be more of positive energy and allow me to continue in a positive light, right? Because if I focus the energy, if I focus the thought process on something that is remotely or might appear to be remotely negative, it is going to take over, right? It's going to take over my mindset. It's going to take over my emotions, my mental, my energy, my body. Your body tends to react to that shit too, right? So I've been trying really hard to just stay in a positive light. But as you guys know, and I've said this before, I do go to therapy. I continuously go to therapy. It is something that is an opportunity that's been offered to me for some time now. And this is something that I discovered years ago through a very significant event in my life that required me to go to therapy and help myself, essentially. And I have been back in therapy for maybe about since 3 years ago. No, maybe 3-4 years ago. And especially with this last year, it's been very up and down and all around. And there's been a lot of a roller coaster in waves too, different things, just not just my mental. The fact remains that I am human. We are human, right? And so as much as plenty of us have been able to sustain a very positive mindset, a very motivational, very inspirational, a very goal driven, a very not just positive. How do I say this? I don't want to say upbeat. That's not what the fuck this is. Not upbeat. No. Um I can't even put it into words. Calming, maybe a calming mindset. Like, we've been able to sustain that, right? But we are still human and we go through shit. And so as I've continued my therapy, and some of you don't probably agree with therapy, some of you don't go to therapy, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just simply sharing like how it's been for me since I do go to therapy. And one of the things I've been dealing with is, the balance, right? And just trying to figure out how life does go on and how nothing's gonna change as far as what my roles are. I am still a working woman. I am still a career woman. I am still a single mother. I'm still a mom, period. I'm still someone's daughter, someone's sister. I'm still someone's aunt, someone's cousin, what have you. The roles can continue, right? And so here I am, especially since a year ago. I'm about to approach 1 year of this show. So I decided to launch a podcast, right? And so finding the balance with that, there is not one fucking week I've missed. I have been here every single week. And one of the reasons why I've decided to put that pressure on myself is not because, I have to, right? Obviously, I enjoy it. I love coming here. This has been therapeutic for me as well. But it's also because in life there's been certain times where I've become so tired with things that I do tend to use the strategy of, well, I could take a break for a week, and then sets in the fear, which I've discussed previously, of when do I start again? When do I begin again? And why do I say that? Well, let me be honest. It's happened to me with my weight loss journey. It's happened to me with going to the gym. It's happened to me with balancing work schedule and gym schedule and eating healthy schedule and being a mom schedule. It's happened to me with a lot of different things that I've decided to tackle on all at the same time and finding a balance in it. And when I cannot do it and I take a back seat in one of them, then I struggle to get back into the groove and get back into the schedule. And I've shared this with you guys in some mini-sodes ago, in some episodes. And so this is why for me, I dived right into just with this project, with this baby of mine, which has evolved into my business now. And this business is on a journey and is on its path to expand and to grow into what I envision it to be, right? This is why I don't take a break, because of that fear that I'm learning to defeat, right? It sets in that if I take a break now, when am I going to get back into it? I've discussed this with my therapist because my level of tiredness has definitely increased. I think you guys can hear it in my voice. I feel very, very tired. I feel like even when I do catch up to my sleep, it's still not enough. I feel even when I am just sitting back, lounging and relaxing, it's still not enough. I've found myself some days having a whole plan of wanting to get things done and what I can't do, and I procrastinate to do it. And so I was very transparent with my therapist, and I said to her, I'm getting a little concerned that I am falling into some form of depression like I once was. I'm a little bit concerned that this is not just me saying, fuck, I'm tired, right? And that I'm actually being depressed here, and I'm not identifying it because it's been so long since I've been in that space. It's been so long since I've dealt with that feeling. And right now, I don't know if this is common considering this past year that we've lived and survived. I don't know if this is common considering everything I've decided to take on. I don't know. I'm just getting a little bit concerned that this starts to feel a little bit too familiar. One of the things she told me is that for one, she was proud of me for being so aware with myself. She was proud that I was so aware to the point that I do remember what this once felt like, and that I'm able to identify it today. And even if it's to a level of concern and say, shit, am I depressed again? Or is this just me really feeling tired? And so it's just to a level that has been beyond what I felt for a very long time. So what she told me was this, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I don't know if any one of you has also felt this level of tiredness or has been struggling with this as well. I don't know if any one of you has been trying to identify, well, what the fuck is this that I'm feeling? I'm sleeping, or I'm not sleeping, or I feel sluggish, or I'm not feeling so sluggish. Some of us, the level of tiredness hits so hard that when we're trying to refuel ourselves and we're taking things into our body, we're ingesting them, we're actually tricking our bodies into feeling adrenaline rushes, into being on an all-time high. And that also brings us to, once you reach your highest level, you come back down and you plummet, right? And so there goes that level of tiredness again. So I say all of this to say, to share a recommendation with you guys in case you guys are dealing with this. After a very extensive conversation that I have with my therapist and just trying to identify what is it that I'm feeling and just making sure that I am aware of it, because the moment I do start falling into a level of depression, I obviously do need to address that, and we need to start working differently towards that, right? And what she said was to continue being aware, to now keep a log, essentially, to now keep some form of a journal about how I'm feeling at what times of the day, certain times of the day, to see if there is some form of a correlations between certain activities and then how I've been feeling, right? She wants to be able to give me that space to identify everything that I'm feeling and to be able to work through it. She wants to give me that opportunity and encourage me to do so. And I agree with that. I don't want to be so fearful of a depressive emotion that I once felt to let it take over me. I do not want to be so fearful of it. Again, I'm trying to combat the shit called fear in different aspects of my life that I've allowed it to take over. If you guys tuned into episode 52 by now, you guys know one of my biggest fears in making investments in myself and in a property. Please go back and listen to that. So, because I just let shine on something very, very deep. But I'm trying to combat fear to the point that I can feel it. It just should not take over me. And I don't want to have that feeling of having fear towards being depressed again, or feeling depressed again, or being in a depressive state. That the moment I do feel some form of tiredness, and it's been so consistent and it's been very frequent, that's it. That's it. I'm depressed, and oh my God, I failed, and oh my God, let me get more sad because I was not able to defeat this or combat it even, right? I don't want to be in that mindset. And so for any one of you guys who might be struggling with this right now, because we are about to hit 1 year of a whole pandemic, because we did survive it, because maybe you guys have suffered losses, because there have been so many changes going on to our world, because we're trying to live our best lives as normal as possible as we can, and we're trying to continue. And some of us are trying to set new goals that, whether it takes us a year or 3 years, we are striving for it, right? I don't want for fear to take over you guys. I want you guys to be able to work through that just like I am. I want you guys to know that it's okay. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to one day just check out and say, maybe today's not the day I tackle this, but let me look at the rest of the week and see where I could divide all these tasks up to meet them and meet those deadlines and tackle those things on those days. It's okay to do that and not think so urgently and not rush into thinking the worst of your situation or even of yourself, and to say, oh fuck, I'm depressed. And this is not to say that people are not really depressed at times. This is not to say that depression is not real. It is. I am a number one person of advocate for mental health. Absolutely. It is very, very real. I just also want all of you to remember that fear can sometimes be our worst enemy. Sometimes we are our worst enemies. And sometimes that fear can set in and just change our mindset so strong that's when we're the ones who are standing in our own way. And I just wanted to drop a little bit of more transparency with you guys and share that with you of the struggle that I've been having lately, where as much as I'm trying to take care of me and have my me time, it's still not enough for me right now. But that doesn't mean that it's my worst case scenario. And yet at the same time, it's such a beautiful thing, and it makes me even more stronger to be aware. And that's what this is about. Write down how you're feeling. Look at what your schedule looks like. I really encourage for balance so that you don't think that you are in your worst place possible or that you've hit rock bottom so quickly. I don't want you to think that of yourself. I want you guys to remember that you guys are so strong and you guys have made it this far, and we are here today and we're fucking doing this. And it's okay to just sit there and say, fuck, I'm tired. And it's still okay to work through that. It's okay to believe in you that strong that you can fucking get shit done. So fuck being tired. You can feel it and you can be it and you can still say fuck it. And you're still going to come up. And on that note, this has been a dose for the soul. This has been a much longer dose for the soul, but I had to give you guys this word, this dose load. And thank you guys once again for tuning in. I'll talk to you later. Bye.